a last good act. Dear Edmund Reid has been captured. Susan refuses to leave until she is able to speak with Matilda. Thatcher is in disbelief, but is on his way to locate the body of Robin Sumner. And Nathaniel is struggling to believe that his brother is responsible for the child's death. Every episode is just crazy this final season, because you don't know how they're going to get out of these situations, and when they do or don't, you're just left shocked. I'm shocked by how villainous and conniving Augustus Dove has become. I mean, before he was just a dickhead, but he is just vile. He is more wicked than his brother. His brother Nathaniel, we really believed him to be this just maniac killer, and he is someone who is not there mentally. He's got severe issues that kind of trigger his need to kill people and eat and taste blood and human flesh. But he has, over the course of this final series, really tried to humanize himself, and what you learn is he is someone who has a horrible, terrible disease and a mental illness. But Dove is just evil. He's just evil. He is pretending to try and save his brother, but all he's really doing is looking after himself. Everything that's been going on and orchestrated from the previous series until now, it's all about just himself. There were some pretty exciting moments in this episode as well. Reid's captured, and his only kind of aid is Thatcher, and he sends Thatcher to go retrieve the dead boy, and simultaneously Augustus is on the same path, and they both converge on the body of the boy. And I loved Thatcher last series. His arc in this series has been incredible, going from kind of following Shine profusely to completely turning against Shine and wanting to help Edmund again. I really wanted to see him kind of rise above and have a really good ending. He's definitely had a good ending, but it's a shocking ending. Augustus just shoots him after he's dug up the boy, and you just left shocked, because Augustus chucks his body in the river and then chucks the boy's body in the river, and you were like, that's it, the boy's body's gone, Thatcher's body's gone. What can incriminate Augustus now? Nothing. He is free, apart from the fact that his brother followed him out into the marshes. So his brother retrieves the body and then brings it back to Susan Hart. She's in the process of trying to escape, and Jackson's orchestrated an elaborate plan. He's had a bit of a change of heart due to the conversation that Susan has with Matilda, and they try and break Reid out. But Reid kind of refuses to go along with their plan. So when Susan realizes that they're not coming, she goes back to the playhouse, and that's where she finds Nathaniel with the dead boy. Those two have this conversation about the consequences of murdering, and I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. The end of the episode, there's this big press conference, and Augustus is crying for the hangman's noose to be wrapped around Edmund, and obviously will subsequently fall on Jax now that he's turned himself in. Part of his plan that backfired to free Reid. But on the steps of Whitechapel, Susan and Nathaniel turn themselves in with the dead body of Robin. Now, what was brilliant is the reporter, Rachel Costello, she's now summoned Fred Abeline. So he's back in the picture, and he storms into the H Division, and he's, just shocked and appalled at the kind of pansiness of Drummond and his kind of weak authority. And he's disgusted with the just vileness of Augustus Dove as well. So they're all here, and they witness these, they witness Susan and Nathaniel turn themselves in. Obviously, Augustus tries to deny that he, doesn't know Nathaniel, but when they unveil who is, the dead body, which is inside of wrapped in cloth, everything kind of unfolds, and Reid, released from his prison cell along with Jackson, they lock down the H Division. Locked inside H Division is Fred Aberline, Edmund Reid, Jackson, Susan, Nathaniel, Augustus, and Matilda, along with Drummond. So everyone is now locked in here, and it's going to be a massive stalemate. It's going to be one of those things where we're not leaving until Augustus is taken care of, until he is brought to justice, basically. But the flip side of that is now Nathaniel and Susan are in custody, and they are responsible for horrendous crimes. How will we go about them now? Yeah, this episode was brilliant and shocking and wonderful, and it's one of those things where they've crafted these characters that do such awful, vile things, but then they really dig deep at the humanity and the moral conflict, and that's what I've always loved about Ripper Street is you really get in there, and they kind of rinse it as much as they can, without it being over dramatic or forced or silly, and all I can say now is, there's going to have to be some serious justice brought down on Susan. As much as I really like Susan, how can she get out of this? How can she not either go to jail or potentially face death for the atrocities that she caused a couple of series ago? It's, what are they going to do? How is this going to get resolved? I don't know, but it's going to be a thrilling end. I can feel it. I can feel it now. So yeah, let me know what you think.